Hello everybody, my name is Danny Giannetti, and today is day 2 of Danny's Downhill Diary, and today I'm going to focus on endurance. I've had a big long ride yesterday, and it came a little closer to home. I'm up in Esopus, New York now. This is a bit more of a hiking trail, but it is a longer trail. It's about 1.6 miles. This is kind of just the climb trail to get there. My headset is also super creaky, so forgive me about that. I don't know what's over this ridge. All right, there you go. Wanted to come here. And work on my endurance. Yeah, this is day 2. Still gonna talk through, the ride, but again, this is more of an emphasis on endurance. I'm real sore and tired from yesterday, and I really want. There's like a helicopter and there's a train going by somewhere over there across the Hudson. So we're gonna try to get down to the bottom. One pull, 1.6 miles roughly, not all downhill, but we're gonna go from there. I have no idea what this trail condition is like, but I guess we'll see. So far, so good. A little bit uphill. That headset is brutal. Super chunky. Keep it in. All right. Let it run. Stay high here. Looks like somebody blew the trail. Something I'm trying to get better at is a little bit moderately there. Getting, seeing features that are a little more easier to kind of double over. The rock was a little crappy, so I tried my best to double over it. I didn't hear a big explosion, so seems to have worked. Outside, avoid that rock. This place is definitely more enduro-y, but like I said, it gets a little more intense the further down you go, and trying to just get my legs and upper body used to riding for a long time. So, a lot of sharp baby heads. This is definitely more of a hiking area. And I know there are trees down, I think. At least the last time I was here. Whew. Also, the ride up here, the climb is on the road. That's probably about 2 miles. I'm also not super familiar. There we go, that tree's. A little brake back on it. All right, this section is crazy. It's probably the fastest I've rode that. Whew. Oh no. Oh, that's great. All right, back on it, back on it. Legs are burning. Whew. This place, I've never rode this in this time of year. All right. Push into it. A little bit of pedal
flat. Get your breath back. Pump the ground a bit. I know there's a really crappy bridge up here. Ooh, that's a dangerous turn. All right, this bridge is brutal. Oh no, I almost went in that creek. Come on. Stay on it. Oh, is it too high of a gear? I gotta be more ready for that. Whew. R.I.P. my gears. This bottom section is great. It's a little sketchy, but this is probably the most more like a bike trail. Come inside. Straight down. Hard on the brakes. Let it go. Oh, that little pinch point terrifies me. And then outside, getting tired. Hard on the brakes, don't want to hit this tree. Over it. Keep going. Let it run. Stay back in. Oh man. This is tough. Whew. About 3/4 of the way. A little bit of an uphill section here, which I'm not upset about. You'll never usually hear me say that, but it's all right. Have to work on that. All right, last little downhill section here. Go inside, bring it back. Use that as a little berm. And then sprint to the finish. Well, I say sprint. I'm gonna say that's it. Because this is just, I'm gonna use this as a cool down. But, my arms are shot. My back is shot. I'm glad I decided to do this because it kind of just shows where I'm at physically. And granted, I didn't push myself as hard as I could go, but pushed myself a little bit for my some post-trail thoughts. My arms are getting a little pumped up. This suspension is a little, because it's the E-tuned, it's a little tough to dial in. I also don't love riding on the road, but it's easier than climbing up the trail. I would say I'm gonna try to not sit down, but I think it's a good start. For somebody who doesn't go to the gym, you know, I ride my bike once or twice a week at least. I did pretty well. I would say that's probably the length of most DH courses. Obviously that's not as intense and you get the little uphill sections, but I was pretty happy with that. You know, I'm pretty gassed from yesterday too, so not bad. I'm gonna come down again for another run, but I saw some people walking up, so I'm gonna kind of have to be mindful of them. So I don't want to jinx myself, but everybody's been super cool, giving me enough room here on the road. Like I said, I usually don't ride on the road, but it's easier than walking up the trail because it's more of a hiking trail. This is a drop I want to hit. Alright, this run, this is a long way up. Kind of went around, did a little session on a cool little drop that's way over yonder. I know there's people walking up the trail, so I gotta be mindful. I'm gonna push the best I can, but I mostly just want to hammer home just riding the whole trail. So I guess we will see how it goes. All right, here we go. Trail is in pretty good condition. And again, this headset is being a real pain in the ass. Just trying to keep my eyes up here, make sure these folks, I don't run them over. A little bit of uphill, try to, there we go, didn't even sit. That was a bad line. That was the place I tried to double over the rock last time, and I think I'm learning. Keep my eyes up a little more. This headset's being a real pain. It's loud. Doesn't want to stay in place. Straight up. All right. These are the areas where I gotta start looking out for these folks. Took a little air. The suspension, it seems to be working a little better. Just clip that tree. That was a terrible line. Whew. Keep going, keep pushing. Oh, that's no real good way through there. Oh, I'm burning. All right. Just want to make sure they're not climbing up here. All right, we're good. All right, back on it. Ooh, mud. Oh, keep pushing. Still if it's back hurts. Pedal hard. Sat a little bit here, but I'm gonna gear up. Make sure they're not on this bridge. It's a little easier than last time. Whew. Right now I really gotta be careful through here. Make sure they're not here. Stay outside here. Didn't do that last time. All right, on the gas. That exposure to my left. Through the trees. On the brake. Gotta let it run. Back uphill. Whew. Welcome break here. All right, last stretch. That was so much better through there. And I'm just gonna coast it the rest of the way. That last section was, it was nice. Get a little nervous, but taking like a bit of a drop or a rock or into a corner, even though that's, you know, it's not a berm. It's bermed up from all the wash, but that was really nice to see that it's possible to carry your speed over something and then push into a berm and then let it run outside. I was gonna do another one, but the body's telling me no, and I'm gonna listen to it because I rode real hard yesterday. It's Rampage. So what did I learn on day 2? I got a long way to go as far as getting in shape. I've also got to be hydrated a little bit better. My elbow's starting to bug me. That's not something that's ever happened, but it's nice to see that I am capable of hitting 1.4, at least a mile downhill, relatively hard. You know, like I said, my goal is not to win. It's just to finish, just to say I did. So until next time.